Hello, beautiful souls. This is Lila with Fern Shadow Studio, coming to you with the Crystal of the Week. A few days ago, I held a Crystal Basics class in Cold Spring, Minnesota. It was a fantastic class, great students, and we had lots of things to discuss. One of the topics that came up turned into something I wanted to clarify in a Crystal of the Week. This particular stone is one that's become popular in the last decade, mostly because of the way it looks. But there are some important facts that you should know about with it. And the stone is, of course, Bumblebee Jasper. So first of all, it isn't a jasper. Jaspers contain quartz, and Bumblebee Jasper does not contain quartz. It actually, in these pockets you could see, it actually contains calcite or calcium carbonate, which makes it softer than jaspers or quartz. The black lines that you see here are iron oxide. Now this stone is commonly found or sourced from the island of Java. It is in Indonesia, but wherever there's volcanic activity, there is a possibility of finding some Bumblebee Jasper. Now, the part that's important for you to know as a consumer is about this yellow portion. It is actually arsenic sulfide. Another name for that is realgar. Realgar, when it is not exposed to the sunlight, is kind of a ruby red color, but when it is exposed to sun, it degrades and becomes yellow. And the longer it is exposed to sun, the more it degrades. Now, the question is it dangerous? A lot of the sources don't even talk about arsenic or sulfide. You go online and they will sort of dismiss it a lot of times as not being dangerous or noteworthy. But let's dive a little bit deeper into what realgar or arsenic sulfide or disulfide actually is. So I researched the material data safety sheets for arsenic sulfide or realgar, and here I'll pop one up for you. Material data safety sheets are generally prepared for manufacturers or industrial use to document the kinds of chemicals that employees are exposed to and what kind of personal protection they should use when they're working with those chemicals. So you will see on reading that material data safety sheet that realgar or arsenic sulfide is considered carcinogenic, meaning cancer-causing, but it also damages potentially several other systems in the body, including the kidneys. Even if you have limited exposure, it can take months to recover from that exposure. Now, if we read further down on that data sheet, we will see the recommended limits of exposure before an employee would need to wear personal protective equipment. You will see that the exposure limit for an 8-hour a day would be 0.002 milligrams per meter of air. So let's put that into perspective. If we wanted to find a particle that weighed 0.002 milligrams, it would be less than 4 thousandths of an inch, meaning divide an inch 4,000 times, and the particle would be that size. Also, realgar or arsenic sulfide can not only be inhaled, but also absorbed through the skin. And some of the immediate sign of that absorption might be skin irritation. We also know that the realgar can continue to degrade even if it's encased in resin or waxed or coated in some ways. So I'm going to pop up the bottom line on this particular material data safety sheet. You'll notice that it recommends no exposure. And so our recommendation is that there really needs to be no reason to have Bumblebee Jasper in jewelry form in your collection, unless you want to keep this material behind glass and not handle it much. Then it's probably not one you should have available. If you really want to work with a yellow stone, my suggestions would be citrine, yellow agate, crazy lace agate, or maybe even yellow calcite. If you'd like more information about my services or my Crystal Wisdom and Attention card deck, you can find it on my website at fernshadowstudio.com. Thank you.